What's going on, everyone? Daniel Rodriguez here. It's time to review Aquarius Season 2 premiere, which is Season 2, Episode 1, 2, and 3. Of course, spoiler review. Spoilers. Make sure you have seen the episode. It should take me less than 5 to 6 minutes to recap the episodes, give you the pros, cons, and final score. Thanks so much for joining me, man. And, of course, I reviewed Aquarius Season 1. Description is right down below, guys, if you want to actually see my Aquarius Season 1 reviews. It's right down below. So it was a really good season 1, man. It wasn't great. It did have it was very slow, dragged out sort of plot. Some episodes just really didn't matter, some did. So season 2, did it pick it up? Did it make it better? Were there any improvements? Yes, I did find some improvements for the season 2 premiere, so let's get on to it. By the way, if you're new to my channel, every week I review new movie reviews, so I just reviewed Warcraft. If you guys want to check that out, again, description down below. I have like 66 or 67 movie reviews so far for this year of new releases, so check it out if you're interested, man. So maybe a movie review you liked, or maybe a movie you liked, you could check out my review, my thoughts on it. Thanks again. Anyway, Aquarius, man, it's good to have David Duchovny back. Last time we saw him was, of course, the X-Files Season 10 a few months ago. Really awesome. We love David Duchovny. Also, he has a solo album out, by the way, Hell or High Water. If you haven't checked it out, YouTube it. It's awesome. Anyway, Hodak, a hero. This is where we left off, of course, from Season 1. Oh, Episode 1, 2, and 3. 1 is Helter Skelter. 2 is Happiness in a Warm Gun. And 3, Why Don't We Do It on the Road? So here we go. Hodak's a hero. There are these killings in this house back in 1969. There's a bunch of killings going on. So anyway, this guy escapes death. Hal escapes death. Remember, Ken had the gun and Hal had the gun and they shot each other. Well, Ken's not damaged. He only got knocked out. Hal is the one basically crawling away trying to survive. And it turns out that Ken didn't actually end up shooting him pretty good. Hal ended up finding civilians to take him to the hospital. Now these people find him Charlie is doing drugs. This guy basically named Ralph comes over to Charlie's place and ends up hitting one of his girls, and Charlie's not doing anything. Charlie's just kind of sitting there because Ralph kind of overlooks and overpositions Charlie Manson. So anyway, she's literally yelling, "Charlie, Charlie!" And he's just kind of sitting there like that, basically, that Charlie Manson little stare there. Anyway, Shafe stops it. I don't know why I said that. Okay. Shafe stops. That's what I was saying. Charmaine is doing drugs. She has to because she's undercover with Roy, which is one of Manson's friends. She's basically undercover playing as his girlfriend. She's doing drugs. Shafe wants to stop it. Hodak is basically messing with this guy who is part of Roy's team. He's interrogating him. He's like, bon appetito. And basically he's like, what do you use? Moisturizer? You put cream on your face? He's just doing a bunch of these jokes, trying to burn this guy's face. He gets some information going down. Ken apologizes to Grace. Ken almost shot himself. He literally almost put the gun in his mouth. But then, a girl walks into the room. He puts it away. And he basically finds out that Hal is going to die. So, well, if Hal's going to die, no need for me to kill myself. You know what I'm saying? Oh, dear. So anyway, Hodak sees Charmaine, and she's playing along, They're both playing along and talking about something about... They were talking about having something of Roy, Roy kind of knows that Shafe has a small dick or something, and Charmaine and Sam Hodak just laugh. They laugh, and Shafe is kind of just being all serious because they were at a diner and they were talking, and it was pretty funny because she's like, I told Roy you had a small penis, and it was so funny. It really worked out very well. Hodak has a picture of this girl, and she looks like she's kidnapped. She's bound. Hal's gonna live. That's the part where Ken is like, oh no, his voice is like, oh no, Hal's going to live. So it's either back to the gun or find a way to make it look like Hal's lying, or make up a story. So Manson is going crazy. He's talking to himself as always. His girls defend themselves with guns against Ralph. There's a setup. Shafe wasn't there. if Shafe went to the meeting he was supposed to go undercover, he would have been executed. So Guapo was executed. You know, a bunch of people were executed. Manson frees Patty. This is one of my favorite scenes out of the whole premiere. He's talking to Patty and he's like, "You come outside. Your boss, he's probably just bad man, isn't he? I saw you walk out here. Black cloud following you. Oh. No, not no more. That cloud's gone, alright?" And I basically wanted him to say like something like, "Listen, he ain't the boss of you. You're the boss of him." You know, something like that. He's basically sweet talking, getting inside her brain. That's basically what the real Manson, too, is best at. Because that's Manson, he's a smart guy. He is. He is smart in real life. He's a really smart guy. He just uses it. Obviously, he's crazy. He's crazy at this. He's a psychopath. But the thing is he's a smart guy, too. He's smart. He could talk you into something, you know. Well, we're smarter today, of course. Hopefully, I'm hoping. But I don't think you could sweet talk a regular person today unless they're really not that smart or bright. But come on, Manson, he's smart and psychotic, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Pretty obvious. But even in the show, I like how he presents himself, man. I like how he ends up, you know, sweet talking people and showing of the brainwashing, all that stuff there. So anyway, he frees Patty, like I said. I lost my place there. Hal has a cover story. He was shot by hippies and he escaped alive. And Ken is basically saying, like, this is your story. And Hal is like, no. So it sucks for Hal. He's never going to actually get his true story out there. Manson's having sex with Patty. They cook dinner. And they're partying with Dennis from the Beach Boys, man. Oh, man. Getting that party with Dennis. So he poisoned the food. Charlie poisoned the food for Ralph and his friends. And they're all dying, they're all throwing up, they're choking on their vomit and all that. So Walt is being let go. Walt. Okay, Walt's being let go basically, or there's meetings of him being of treason, of AWOL, of having these photos out of stuff for the Vietnam War. Ralph dies, sex with Patty, more sex with Patty. Charlie meets Dennis, of course, from the Beach Boys, and talking about cookies and stuff, and he wants to actually sing him a song. There's another photo of the girl being bound to Hodiak. Did I say Hodak earlier, by the way? It's Hodiak. I'm sorry if I said Hodak, by the way. Some girl is dead on the rooftop, and this is basically the third episode where they're basically searching. Roy is looking at this family. Hodiak messes with the guy's wife, which was really funny because there's this guy always spying on Hodiak and he's messing with his wife and she's like, "Is that you, Sam?" "Oh, well, you know me," you know, just a bunch of funny stuff like, "Why don't you come inside, have a drink?" "I think I will," you know, just messing around. It was really funny. Emmanuel is in this room and Shafe questions him, kind of acting cool. He ends up telling his story. He ends up actually confessing to some stuff he's done, and Shafe is promoted to a homicide detective. Charlie sings "Grace and Sam Break Up." And there's a whole thing of course, the 1969 killings that are going on, showing just a little bit more stuff. This country will burn. Helter skelter. Alright. Yes, indeed. First off, let me tell you the pros, man. I mean, come on, Charles Manson, man. He is so awesome. The actor who plays him, he literally just embodies Charles Manson. I am everyone and everyone is me. The quotes this guy comes up with, man, it's really, really interesting, the writing that they do for him. David Duchovny as Sam Hodiak, having him back, and he's just one-liners, jokes and making you laugh. He's really funny, man. He's really awesome. He's even funnier than season 1 ever, like, even combined. Sam's funny, like I said. Charmaine, actually, what they're doing with their storyline being undercover, I thought that was really cool. I'm very happy for Charmaine and Roy. Let's get them wedding dates going on, you know what I'm saying? But it's great to have all the characters back, and I love the way, I mean, it still has that 1960s feeling, which is very hard to capture on a TV show and a movie. I mean, it costs a lot of money to even make a 1960s TV show sort of feeling. Like sort of era, so that's really hard to actually do that and get the Manson thing down, the killings right, the photos, everything about it is so damn good about that. And I do enjoy this a lot more than the season 1 altogether. I think the season 2 premiere was really good. mind you, and it was great. Episode 1 and episode 2 were great. But season 3 is where, episode 3 is where it kind of falls apart. The third episode is very slow. It drags out. It feels like a monster of the week. Not really a monster of the week, but a case of the week. It really didn't focus more on Manson. It really didn't. It didn't really focus more on Hal and Ken. It didn't really focus more on that. And there's this thing going on where they're focusing on Shafe and his wife. And Shafe is being a douche to his wife. And I remember in season 1 he loved his wife a lot. He's just being a douche to his wife in these scenes, man. Another thing I didn't really like about this episode is, I'm trying to think of something here, man. What was I going to say? Yeah, like I said, the third episode is probably one of the most boring episode out of the whole 3 episodes that they showed. Other than that, I'm glad. I told you the pros. I'm very happy what they're doing with Manson's character. Killing Ralph, that was a very big scene there. Actually poisoning the food, having Patty. But there were just slow scenes every now and then going on, man. And we're really dragged out. But I think the first 2 episodes were great. And that's why I did make a great premiere. Overall, I'm going to be giving Aquarius Season 2 premiere an A-. Secondarily, a B-. I'm giving a B- to the to the third episode, because that one was just, it was good, but it could have been better. It had that, over 2 hours, you kind of already get bored after just watching 2 hours straight, no commercial, sort of thing. It kind of just, you can't tell it's episode 1 and episode 2 is episode 3, but of course this was near the end. But comment down below, tell me what you guys thought about the Aquarius Season 2 premiere. I'd like to know what you guys think about it. And thanks so much, man. Of course, every week I'll be reviewing Aquarius Season 2. David Duchovny's fantastic in this show. He's really funny. I love his character. I love Shafe. I love the whole scene of Shafe in the third episode where he was talking to the guy and smoking and just kind of being cool with him and getting information. That was a really cool scene overall. Thanks again. You want to see more content like this, man, or more stuff from me, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Until next time, bye-bye.